Hi guys, welcome to our next session in our logo bootcamp. Things to consider when choosing a brand color system. Number one is that you have to consider demographic of the brand, okay? And demographic has to do with the sex, the age range that will patronize the brand and things like that. You also have to look at the geographical location, okay? Like I said the previous time, so I'm not going to be wasting much time on this because I've covered all this, almost all this before. So you consider the audience also, and this can still be the demographic, okay? If it's children, if it's a feminine brand, you get the last time I talked about colors to use for brands that has to do with children, or if it's a feminine brand, how to go about it, okay? And something you want to also consider is most times your clients might have choice of colors based on certain reasons, okay? Based on certain reasons, like I was talking about mascots, because there might be some history concerning that particular color for the client, okay? In such cases, you do not just throw it away and say, okay, this is not professional, okay? You just have to embed it, okay? If possible, right? You have to embed it, and so there is a particular history alongside you having to bring your professional input, okay? You don't get to just throw away the history of the brand or the history the client wants the brand to carry, okay? There might be some certain times that the client might say, okay, use this color or use that color, so you have to consider it if possible, okay? So the next thing is that you want to consider the brand category. This cannot be overemphasized enough, okay? Some categories you need to use certain colors, okay? And it's very famous to use blue for tech brands. Almost all tech brands, they're having blue. Like of Facebook, I think blue is a very safe color to use. It falls across a lot of categories of brands or niches, but I think mainly tech brands use blue. So there might be a dominating color in a particular category, a particular niche the brand belongs to. So you don't want to go too far off, okay? Like a great designer would say, Paula from Pentagram, she would say that you don't want your client to be looking very strange. So if maybe everybody's wearing a red hat, then your client is putting on a black hat, it will be too strange, okay? It will be too strange. I know sometimes we want to think outside the box, want to do different things, but there's an extent to which you can go, okay? So you just have to look at the category of brand. What is the dominating color here? So let me not just go too far. Sometimes you get to mix it so it looks a bit different and things like that, but you have to know the dominating color for that niche, okay? So that's it. So move to the next one. Consider their competitors. There's one thing about these communication companies like Airtel, MTN. They are known a lot for their colors, and you see them related to brands. In case they want to sponsor, they relate to brands that have their colors, okay? And you hear terms like yellow for MTN. So colors are very important. So you look at it, you say yellow is for MTN, then you want to create another telecommunication brand, then you are using yellow. It means you are looking for trouble. You want to confuse the persons that are going to patronize that brand, okay? Yellow is already for MTN, so you can go a different route. You can choose some other colors. In Nigeria, we have blue, and they are mainly known for green, using green. So you want to deviate a bit, okay? You want to deviate a bit. So that's for that. So the next thing we have is consider this aesthetic implication, okay? So you don't want to just use any color because maybe the brand is using it or things like that. You want to know, really, is this color going to be fine? Is it going to be beautiful? That's what I mean by the aesthetic implications. So sometimes you are combining colors. You just, okay, because this color is the color that is dominating in this niche, I want to use it. Then you just mix it to another color without considering if it's going to be fine or not. You don't consider the aesthetic implications. So you have to do that. Is it going to be fine when I mix these two colors? When I'm using this color palette, is it going to be beautiful? Is it going to stand out? Okay, so you have to consider that also. You want to consider the brand name. Sometimes a brand might just have, for instance, I worked with a brand that had the name Greenfoot. So in such case, there's little you can do. Sometimes you work for maybe a company called Blue Whales. You already have the color, the blue, on the brand name, so there's little you can do to deviate from that color. Sometimes you just have to stick to that color. Most times I think it's advisable to stick to that color because the brand name is already carrying the color. That's it for this session, okay? So do not hesitate to subscribe to the channel, like and share. Okay, so see you next session. Bye for now.